welcome to the Mirror Sphere. This is Daniel, your host. Hello. Today I want to talk about the problem with Dynamite comics. They were a company that actually helped some of the Comicsgate creators. You know, they supported some of them, and it's sad to see what has happened. They absolutely bowed to the hate mob, cancel culture, to the Gail Simones. Fuck that bitch. They allowed a couple of coordinated, whisper networked comics creators from the mainstream who have been guilty of cancel culture for years. Like Gail Simone, who's one of their leaders. Don't believe they're fucking bullshit. They absolutely coordinate this shit. They believe in falsifying false narratives, false Me Too's. They go after these people's reputation. Any creator or talented comic book artist or whatever who's in their way, that they seem that won't bow to their whims, they spread lies, hate, and get their mobs to go after the businesses those people work for and try to get them canceled and destroyed. That is who they are. That is who Gail Simone. That is what the mainstream comics has become. It's an absolute hate group. From Marvel to DC to now fucking Dynamite to all of the mainstream comic book companies. This is why I only support Comicsgate and certain people, certain individual creators. They claim that Comicsgate is a hate group. The same way they claim the Phantom Menace is a hate group, but I have not seen one hint of hatred within the Comicsgate people that I follow or the Phantom Menace. We love what we love, and we want politics and people's this political correct cancel culture crap to be out of our entertainment. That's our goal. We want people to be able to create what they want to create without having their lives destroyed. Unfortunately, there are people out there whose sole purpose is to destroy lives, like the Gail Simones, like all the other fucking pieces of shit that have taken over the mainstream comics. That's why the mainstream comics is dying. And they will go after anyone who threatens their little, whatever. And, like even Van Skyber, that guy has gotten several death threats from these people hoping to kill him and destroy his family. I don't threaten Gail Simone. I think she's a piece of shit. I think a little group of friends that go around in little chat rooms and talk about how they can destroy people's lives. They dox, they find, and they destroy. Their whole goal is to let's shame someone so bad for something they may have said or done years ago because it's not right thinking. And they support domestic terrorism. They absolutely do. That whole hashtag bailout bullshit, that shit is to, when the cops arrest rioters who burn down businesses, they throw them in jail because they burned down someone's business. These people bail them out, hand them gasoline and some more matches, and go, have fun! Don't worry, we'll bail you out again. That's who they are. I cannot believe. I just realized about this whole bailout thing. I didn't know about it until, thankfully, I was watching your boy Stevens, the historian of the Phantom Menace's channel. I watched his video, and he's absolutely correct. I didn't really look too much into war campaign because I knew them and some of Comicsgate were button heads. There's this big drama that's going on, and I don't want to be a part of that drama. I want to support all individual creators who stepped away from the mainstream because the absolute disgusting attitude of these people that got out of there. And if you think Comicsgate's a hate group, you're a fucking moron. There are gays, trans, just like in the Phantom Menace, we have gays, we have trans, we have left, we have right, we have Christians, we have Muslims, we have fucking people who do not really witchcraft, it's It's not called witchcraft. I just can't think of the name for it. Wiccan. That's it. Wiccan. We have fucking Jews. We got atheists. We got everything you could think of for diversity's sake. We got whites, blacks, Mexicans, Asians, fucking everyone who's here. We just don't think the same. We allow each other to have each other's opinion. That's what Phantom Menace and Confiscate. It was, we want to be creators. We want to be a group of people. For one, don't attack fans. Period. So when people say Confiscate's a hate group, they're fucking lying. They're twisting shit. They say that people like the Confiscate harass people like Gail Simone. Are you fucking kidding me? You know why they talk about Gail Simone? You want to know why we hate that bitch? Because she gets on fucking her little Facebook friends and she goes, "Hey girls," or "Hey guy comic book, people, today we need to cancel this person." And they spread lies. They're like, "Hey, who wants to Me Too this person? Who wants to go after this creator because they won't towel my line? Because she's a bitch." I've heard what she did in fucking Marvel and DC. She barely did any work. She was on her phone all day, and when she got fired because she was a worthless worker, she got her Twitter followers to assault and harass the people until they hired her back. That's who Gail Simone is. Confiscate and the Phantom Menace want a couple things. We're a hashtag. We're not a group. There's no leaders. There's no individuals who are in charge. They're both groups of people who respect fans, customers. 2, we don't care who you are, what you look like, or whatever. Don't preach to us about how we should absolutely obey whatever mindset you have. You can have your own opinions on people or things, but don't come to us and preach. We don't like preaching. I'm a Christian. I'm not a fucking preacher. I'm not going to go out there and, tell atheists they should believe in God. I won't do it. I'll pray for them because they're my brothers, and I love each and every one of these guys who are part of my. These are all friends, but I respect that they're atheists. I respect our historian. I should say this: the Phantom Menace historian. He came out as a Wiccan, or close to the Wiccan. I'm pretty sure it's a Wiccan. If I'm wrong, he'll correct me later. He's writing the books about the Phantom Menace, our history, and I follow. I definitely backed it, and I'm waiting to get it. I can't wait to review those books because those are going to be important, not just for us, but for everyone. It's not just about YouTubers. He keeps saying that. It's about this entire movement where franchises have become bought by big-time companies and then have been twisted by these infestation of these political correct SJW fucking weirdos who believe that everybody should have same think. If you're black, you should be in one category. If you're white, you should be in another category. If you're this, you're that, you should be in anybody who thinks outside the box, you're a Uncle Tom or a racist or whatever. If you don't support BLM because you're a racist and you hate black people. No, I believe Black Lives Matter. Not the organization, but I believe that their lives matter just as much as whites, Asians, Mexicans, anyone. I will never support the organization. Period. Because they're a Marxist group who put criminal lives above all other lives. It doesn't matter. If you're a black man owns a business and they burn your shit down, they don't care. You're the Uncle Tom. You're Uncle Tom. I've literally watched him say this. I watched them attack black churches in the name of BLM. Because they're like, yeah, well, Christians are racist. No, Christians aren't racist. Christians have never been racist. Yes, there have been groups of people who've used Christianity against people as if it should be racist. That's bullshit. It is dumb. there have been history of the Christian, certain organizations that have followed the Christian principles who have done terrible things, like the Catholic Church. And, the Dark Ages did horrible acts. They did the horrible acts. They were used as a way to gain power. They had people in it that wanted power and control, not believed in the actual religion. And the same thing is now. This new the mainstream have become absolute hate groups because they go together, and because they don't want competition. That's what they don't want. They don't want people to go on their own and try to make their own stuff, because if they do that, they'll lose their businesses. So what they do is they spread lies, hatred, and you know what happened to these comic book creators? You know where they used to work? Mainstream. You know what happened to them? Gail Simone and her fucking posse. They attacked them. They tried to destroy their lives. They were fired or had to quit. No choice. So they left. And they found a group of people who said, hey, you don't have to be a part of us. You don't. But if you want help with your books, this is how you do it. As long as you don't attack fans, as long as you don't call them toxic or racist, because they may not agree with you politically or support whatever fucking dumbass movement you have. There are people who aren't Comicsgate, who are Comicsgate. They're just too afraid to say it, because if they say it, people like Gail Simone and her little posse of piece of shits will come after them with her Twitter mobs and try to destroy their lives. They'll dox them. They'll go after companies. They'll call their bosses. They'll be like, hey, did you know that this person's a racist? Lucky for me, I'm starting my own shit. This is why the Mirrorsphere is a franchise on its own. Eventually will be. And people like Gail Simone will never be welcomed in this shit. Ever. Because I don't need toxic pieces of shit like her trying to destroy people's lives. And if I start hiring people, if you attack fans, you're gone. Out the door. Faster than I can ever fucking kick you out. You don't attack customers. You don't alienate customers because of your politics. I don't care if people come to the Mirrorsphere. I have almost 50 subs. So thank you all for coming. But if one of my subs says, hey, I'm a leftist, I'm like, okay, I don't care. Or they support Biden, whatever. I don't give a shit who you support. As long as you don't come out here and go, well, if you don't support Biden, it's because you ain't black. I'm like, what? Like, what the who says shit like that? Who says shit like that? I have never treated anyone differently because of color of their fucking skin, ever. I don't care if you're black, gay, whatever. I have friends, I had a doc in the military who was gay. One of the best fucking dudes I ever met. I didn't know he was gay until he finally came out to told me. Because we were at a bar and a lady was hitting on him, a really gorgeous woman too. And I said, dude, she wants you, man. He's like, well, I'm gay. And I'm like, well, fuck, dude. Tell her our number, Unfortunately, yeah, she locked. She went to someone else. That's okay. I'm a fugly man. I can handle, a little rejection. I'm married now with kids, so I don't care. But Jesus Christ, the dude was the greatest doc. One of my greatest friends I ever knew in the military. A brother. I don't care if he was gay. It didn't bug me at all. I didn't want to hear all his little dirty details. And I never told him about my dirty details. This is something that's private to us. And what I do in bed should never get out with what they do in bed. I just don't care to hear it. I don't care if you're straight or not. I don't need to hear who you slept with or how you slept with it. It's not my business. I don't care. You could be gay as hell. You could try to wear a dress. I don't even care. You know what? Whatever. You be you. Just don't tell me that I should just kiss your feet because you wore a dress. Never gonna happen. I don't kneel. The Mirrorsphere does not fucking kneel to anyone or any group, especially one like BLM, who have destroyed entire cities, have burned businesses to the ground, good businesses, black-owned businesses. How does that work? How do you say You know, we support black lives over all and then burn down black businesses because why? I just don't get it. Why is that a thing? And then all these fucking people giving them hundreds of thousands of dollars so they can keep burning down towns and painting their fucking murals in the street by taxpayer money, by the way. Taxpayer funded. Can you believe that? This is why I don't live anywhere near New York City or any of that shit, because that shit would fucking piss me off. I just don't get it. Why would you destroy cities? These are people's neighborhoods, and it's not the people who live there who do that shit. That's a fact. It's not the people who live in those neighborhoods burning down those neighborhoods. No, these BLM buses these people in. Just the same way as Antifa. They bus people in, they hand out bricks, they hand out shit, Molotovs and everything else to help you destroy. They train them, and they send them loose. And help be pay whoever lives there. Like that lady in Chicago that I've talked to who has to travel now like 5 more miles to find a grocery store that hasn't been completely burned to the ground or looted. Amazon, who bowed to knee. Holy shit. Amazon was like, we support BLM, we support these, we support that. And then they have their stores and their trucks looted. I bet Amazon's loving that now, aren't you? Aren't you, Amazon? You're loving that. Like, please don't attack our stores. We support you. Target, we support you guys. And they fucking burned that shit down and raided. They burned that one major Amazon workplace to the ground. You see these people who make deliveries in these inner cities, and they just get attacked by a flood of mob, just tearing boxes out of their car, running off with it. Because that's my right to do it. No, it's not. That's someone else's property. It's not yours. You didn't pay for it. Shut up. We are living in clown world. And why? Because somehow our society brainwashed a bunch of fucking morons. It starts in colleges. I've seen it. I have sat in college classes where the teachers start preaching her politics to me. I'm like, this isn't the subject you're supposed to teach. And she's like, shut up or I'll fail you. And it's like, what? Bitch, you realize that I hire you. These college professors forget that the students are paying shitload of money to go to college and are being told that they're lesser than because of these fucking people got in power. That shit needs to end. We need to end that shit. Period. I can't believe Dynamite did this. And then I saw where they support that bailout program. I was done. Dynamite never have another penny from me or in my family. It sucks because I know they were, Nick, the guy who runs it, I know he's friends with EBS, but man, you fucked up. Not only do you support people like Gail Simone, but you support these people who have tried to destroy the name of Comicsgate because they're trying to make sure people don't go to them. That's their goal. They're so scared that their companies will go out of business. Why? Because they don't push anything good. I haven't seen a good damn comic come from fucking Marvel or DC in a while. They're all filled to the brim. They turned Captain America into a fucking Nazi. They made Wolverine to a cuck. They turned fucking Jade and Cyclops into gay whatever. That's not those characters. You want a gay character? Go make it. But when they actually do, they don't make it because they know it won't sell. Like that SJW bullshit that was going to come out. What was it? The New Warriors or whatever. Where is that comic, fucking Marvel? Oh, that's right. You benched it because you knew it wouldn't sell worth shit. Why? Because you probably got paid a whole lot of money by that guy, that millionaire dollar whatever fucking name was, to make a comic book for him. I bet you that's what happened. He greased the right palms, slipped his name in, got his comic made. And then people realized how fucking horrible it was going to be. And that $1 million wasn't worth it much. But this is shit's getting crazy. And it sucks because Cecil, the one they canceled, is a great dude. He's like a I agree with Gary from Neurotic. I watched his live stream about the Inquisition, and they were talking about how Cecil's like an old school sorry, my brain froze. Old school comedy. He's a comedian. He likes to rip. He likes to have fun, and he's not always the most politically correct person, which is great. I fucking hate this political correct bullshit. I fought for everybody's rights to express whatever they want to. I don't care if you're racist. If you're a racist, be a racist. Why? Because then I know who you are. So they silence them. They tell them to retreat to some little corner of the world where you don't know who is and who isn't. What? If I want to know who the KKK is, I'd rather have them just put the fucking hood on and walk around. Because then you know who they are. Instead, they hide in politics. They hide as politicians. Just saying. A lot of them got into government. A lot of them got into politics. Same with the left. I think the KKK is no different than the BLM organization. It's just one side and the other. I see the right and left political thing as a giant circle. The more right you get, and the more left you get, always ends up being the exact same point on the other side. The people in the middle are like, what the fuck is this shit on both sides? They think each is nuts. That's where I am. Right now in the fucking middle going, what the fuck? You got the racists who are on the right and you got the racists who are on the left. Literally, they have the left, the extreme left, have really want segregation again. Do you understand that? They want segregation. Oh my God, it blows my mind. It's like, we want black only stuff because whites shouldn't be allowed. It's like, didn't we fight against segregation when the whole civil rights thing so blacks and whites can be the same people? Not judge people by their skin color, but judge them by their own individual actions? No, we can't do that because that's called racism. That's whiteness. Believing that each individual should be responsible for their own actions is somehow fucking white supremacy. God, my head. Oh, it's sad. It's sad watching this shit happen because you know what most people want when they get their comics is to be out of this shit. We don't want any part in the political bullshit. All we want is a good story and not to get preached to, but that's what the mainstream comics has become. It has become politically one-sided, absolute preachy, to the point where they ruin characters in books completely. And yeah, it has to stop. And it sucks that Dynamite has absolutely become part of the problem. They've now joined DC and Marvel, and I guess they'll burn the same way they will. I'm not even, fuck it, I don't care. They made their bed, now they'll lie with their fleas. Because that's what happens when you lay down with these mainstream people, is they're literally cesspool of fleas. And they said, well, stop attacking us. We're sorry. We'll cancel these people because you wish us. I don't believe Gail Simone should be canceled. I think they need to really sit down and have a good look at her work history and decide if she's worth them and her attack squads that are on Twitter, and decide if she's worth the trouble. That's what I think. I think it should be, you get hired because you're the best fucking person for the job and you don't cause problems for the company. And Gail Simone is one of the, I couldn't imagine what it would be like to work with that bitch. And I won't I don't give a shit who comes after me. I face down terrorists with fucking bombs. You think I'm worried what Gail Simone and her Twitter fucking hacks have to say? Fuck that bitch. Fuck that whole group of people. Cancel culture needs to die. And I mean die. Horrible death. And I think it's coming to an end. I hope to God it's coming to an end, because this is the worst of society I've ever seen. This group of people who believe that you should not only lose your jobs, your ability to feed your families, you should be able to work again, but they want you to die. Nothing would bring Gail Simone a smile on her face like having Even Van Skyward kill himself. She would laugh, she would smile, she'd be dancing on beds of roses. That is sick. I would never want her to kill herself. Ever. I would never wish for anyone to do that. This is sick. And then they attack Anna, that Star Wars girl. I've seen several times where they've had their little hit squad go after Anna and her dead sister and go, ha ha ha, your sister killed herself because you want to get away from me. What the fuck is wrong with these people? And Diamond bent the knee to these people. Well, because they hashtagged a fake little Comicsgate's a hate group. I've never seen more hate group than the mainstream comic books. Ever. They use gays, they use blacks, they use these people as a crutch so that you cannot go after them. Because if you go after them, oh, it must be because you hate black people. They use these people as a crutch. And it's obvious. I don't understand how people don't see this. They straight up go, we support the alphabet community. No, they don't support the alphabet. They use the alphabet community as an excuse to get away with their sick, twisted, piece of shit actions. And there's a lot of people in the Comicsgate who are gay, as I've said before, black, trans, all kinds of shit. We have no problem. I'm not a creator of Comicsgate. I am not a creator. I am a creator as not a comics book creator. I am a franchise creator. I am the creator of Mirrorsphere. I am the CEO of Mirrorsphere, and my brother is my co-CIO, and we are both on the same page with this bullshit. We will never bow. And when this franchise blows up and it does become a company, and then we do start producing comics, as well as my novel and other people's stuff, because that's what we want. We want to make this a place where creators can go, much like Comicsgate, that almost self-funds itself. Because I'm not rich. I'm barely a middle road guy. I am trying, every day I struggle just to pay bills. And scrape as much money as I can together to pay the artists. For the comics, the comic covers, I gotta pay for everything myself. Me and my brother are scraping by, trying to make sure this novel gets sold so that we can get comics going, so we get merchandise going, so we can get everything going. As the money starts flowing in, we're going to put it right back into the community. And that's my goal. I'm trying to use this to build something for this community. Because I believe in this community. I believe in the fandom is. And I'm not just talking to ones on YouTube. I'm talking about all those who are quiet, who watch those YouTube channels. Those are part of the fandom. The Comicsgate people, the people who just want to make good comics. Make good stories for people to enjoy without pushing a narrative. Without attacking them. That's what we want. Thank you all for coming. I know this is a longer video of me ranting, but I had to get my opinion out there about this. And I am so sick and tired of all the crap that's going on. I hope you all enjoy. Be good to each other. Stay safe and stay healthy. Please subscribe, and share. I'm almost at 50, guys. So I will always be here, and I will always commit to this channel and to these people and to my fans. Thank you all. Have a good day. Bye.